Some say it is the lake that will not die. Tulare Lake, once the country's largest freshwater lake west of the Mississippi, vanished in the early 1900s as California gobbled up water and new farmland. But it's never really gone away. It resurfaces in years of extreme rain and snowfall, and this year it is absolutely delivering. Tulare Lake is reforming, fueled by winter rainstorms and now the historic snowpack in the southern Sierra. So Wilson Walker shows us what's being done as the big melt floods in.
I mean, I was here yesterday with some friends, and it was, maybe an inch lower. Didn't sound like much, but that's a lot of surface area.
A lot of water.
A lot of water.
Doug Snyder made his way around a roadblock to see this once-in-a-generation spectacle. Tulare Lake back to claim roads, orchards, farms, and anything left behind on that land. A disaster unfolding in slow motion, threatening everything around it, including the city of Corcoran.
And this is like a war room mess.
City Manager Greg Gatska is now leaning heavily on his previous job as County Emergency Coordinator.
State prison is right here, and this green line that you see right here is our protective Corcoran levee that protects our city.
The lake has now wrapped itself around the southern and western sides of Corcoran, so this community now completely dependent on these levees designed to box in and protect this pocket of land, and it will be for some time to come.
Right now we have the ability to add extra protection on our Corcoran levee to give us more reassurance that this is going to endure that 2-year-long period of water behind it.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years, who knows? This was a lake. It was a big bowl. Big bowl. Allensworth happens to be on the shoreline of the lake.
Just south of Corcoran, California's first town founded by African Americans, Allensworth was built by refugees from the Jim Crow South.
Well, I'll give you what I have.
And from a makeshift emergency command center, Coyote Kadara is leading this community through its latest crisis.
Straight out there, you see equipment they're still doing some repair work. A portion of the levee was breached intentionally. Some farmer did not want water to go on their farm, so they in the middle of the night, they took equipment out there and damaged a portion of the levee, which then forced water to start heading in our direction.
They stopped that flooding with a series of improvised repairs, but now they're waiting on the snowpack that looms over the valley floor.
Well, our hope is everything stays contained in the channels.
Levee repairs are just part of the emergency work going on in every direction here. Los Angeles County is racing to seal up its sewage to compost facility. PG&E is using fan boats and divers to pull their equipment out of the water. And California High-Speed Rail, with at least one portion of their project currently submerged, is now lending assistance and equipment to the flood response. But the biggest open question now is where the runoff will be directed.
We have to rely on the farming interest outside of our levee to actually divert that water, put it to agricultural production use, put it in basins, actually pump it out to other areas. So we're really dependent upon our agricultural neighbors.
So another concern is transparency about who is making the call on what land gets flooded, and that was Kadara's personal request of Governor Newsom.
But the core part is establishing that one organization that now can lead all of us in emergencies like this.
So we know who's making the decisions about where the water's going.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. These are the large farmers.
Yeah, I was amazed then. And then, we've always come out every time it gets high, but I've never seen it since then this high.
Snyder actually saw the lake reform back in 1969, and it will be here for at least another year or two. How much damage is caused will depend on high-stakes decisions about where the water will flow and how the weather unpacks that historic southern snowpack onto a lake bed once thought to be extinct.
All right, well, Wilson Walker really gave us that look as to just how much water is there. The question now, what happens next? Everyone's wondering just how much more water can and will flow into that lake. And so Darren Peck is joining us tonight with a much closer look. He's actually been studying the lake levels now and just how much higher it will go with some pretty cool 3D. I'm going to join you now so you can show us.
You're standing in front of about 150,000 acre-feet of water right now. And Jules, that's the level of water from one of the 4 major rivers that's filling that lake. That's the amount of water it's putting in now. And if you look down at the bottom, you see how it's got some dates on there? That takes us through about May 15th. There's going to be a lot more water coming over about the next 5 weeks. And by the time we get to about June 5th, that's where the total is going to go up from the 150,000 acre-feet you're standing at over here to about 300. And for this one, you can't put an exact forecast on it. You see how it says red is 50 to 75%? That's the bar you look at here because that's where the confidence level is that by June 5th, we're probably going to see the peak in terms of water flowing into this. But I think the question has to be answered, what lake where exactly? Because very few of us have ever experienced this before or know where it is. So I just want to show you where Tulare Lake is and where the water's coming from. And to do that, we're going to go to a Google Earth map fly through. You can kind of get yourself oriented. Here we are at home in the Bay Area. That lake's all the way down here. It's down in a closed basin at the southern edge of the San Joaquin Valley. There are 4 major rivers flowing into that. Look at all the farmland. That's what the lake looked like before it filled, by the way. You can clearly see the footprint of it before the water started going into it. It's ancient. That's a floodplain from the Kings River, one of the 4 major rivers that is flowing out of the southern Sierra right now, which just had its biggest snowfall on record. And when you take a look at the reservoir down here for Pine Valley Reservoir, Pine Flat Reservoir actually sitting down there, there are sensors in the Sierra above that. We just did the snow survey today. One of the sensors above this reservoir that ultimately has to flow into Lake Tulare, if you melted all the snow, you'd have 7 feet of standing water. So there's a lot still to go. It is historic. This is one of the places Wilson went, by the way, on his story. He didn't fit that in, so I want to show you the video he shot with his drone. And when we take a look at that reservoir, look back there. There's still room, right? This is a balancing act. The managers want to keep that lake at just the right level so that there's room for when the big snowmelt comes, when we get the next warm-up, so that the water can still flow into this reservoir and not have to get released downstream. And that is the balancing act. We just got a huge help in this because the temperatures are going down.